Ciao mondo, hello world, hola mundo, hello monde. Konnichiwa, ni hao, namaste. We're here in San Diego today in one more session of the ADKI meeting, and I have a special guest with me. He will introduce himself in a second, and I will ask him also to tell us about a new aspect related to the ADKI meeting, which is implementation science. So, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. So I'm Jeremiah Brown. I'm the director of the Dartmouth Center for Implementation Science, and I specialize in clinical informatics, implementation science, and health services research. So at the ADKI this weekend, we are focusing on the application of implementation science to acute kidney injury and clinical care nephrology. And implementation science is really about studying the methods to promote the systematic uptake of evidence-based practices or best practice into routine clinical practice or other routine practices. And what we're trying to accomplish this weekend is to bring consensus around how to take the methods from the field of implementation science and apply them to AKI clinical care nephrology, and essentially use implementation science methods as a vehicle to help promote and accelerate the adoption and uptake of best practices. And it's a series of systematic methods and different study designs and approaches and tools to really help promote that uptake. What I love about the field of AKI critical care nephrology is that a lot of work and research has been done to develop interventions and best practice and evidence-based practice. And what the field of implementation science can do is really help accelerate the adoption of those practices into routine clinical practice and help scale up the adoption for more widespread dissemination.
So this is a little bit independent on what you are trying to implement, right? It's just more a method to apply and come up with the implementation of whatever procedure you are interested in. Is that correct?
Correct. So it's essentially taking a set of tools, or think about it as a vehicle, to help accelerate the adoption of whatever that you're working on. It might be a best practice in your local setting that you want to scale out to other settings or to other units within your institution. And the field essentially provides a roadmap and tools and methods to help move that evidence forward so others are using it as well. And one thing that we've found in our studies is that even if you have KDICO guidelines, for instance, only 25% of the time, or sometimes less, are those guidelines actually routinely adopted in a certain clinical setting. And so implementation science can really bring that roadmap and that vehicle to help promote more systematic and sustained uptake of those guidelines or best practices.
So thank you for taking us in this journey towards implementation science knowledge. It was something that I really didn't know too much about, but now I'm enthusiastic, and let's see what the result will be of the new ADKI meeting here in San Diego. Thanks very much for joining today, Cappuccino, and have a wonderful day.
Excellent.